What are some unwritten social rules everybody should know? When someone tells you, it's getting late/I'm getting tired, or I have a lot on at work tomorrow, when you're over at their place, it's time for you to go. Yes, or yawning or talking about how you must have so much to do tomorrow, or kind of getting up and moving or slapping both legs and saying well. Basically, if you are at someone's place, be on high alert for them trying to get rid of you. Agree. Someone slapping both of your legs is a very strong indicator that they want you to leave. Around here, it means you put your jacket and shoes on while you talk for another 30 minutes next to the door. My granny, bless her heart. She'll follow you to the door and talk for 30 minutes, then follow you outside and talk another 30 minutes, then stand outside your car and talk through the window for another 30 minutes while the car is slowly inching out of the driveway. There's no being alert for when she wants you to go. Instead, you have to muster up the vigilance to leave when she clearly wants you to just move in with her. My in-laws are like this. Lovely people, but good Lord, I have to budget at least 45 minutes for saying goodbye. This included the time I was in labor and my waters had broken. To be fair, I didn't tell them I was in labor, but my husband did know. Still took 45 minutes. My parents and all their friends and family in California. Us kids would get so bored standing at the doorway. I'd tell them I wanted to play with the other kids and they should just tell me the moment they're really ready to go, but my mom would always say no, we're leaving now, which meant another 30 minutes at least. Are you me? Or falling asleep on the couch of whoever's house you are visiting and being woken up to leave, but it takes another half hour before you can even get in the car. I was a cranky child. And that is the reason why now I just do an Irish exit. Oh my God, I had a fight with my BF about this over the holidays. We were at a friend's place and he dropped this kind of hint, yawning and looking at his watch, and my BF was totally oblivious and trying to pour more drinks. I said that we should go, and later my BF accused me of being rude. He wouldn't accept that our friend was hinting for us to go. It was so weird. Like, how do you get to your 30s without understanding that? I had a friend who wasn't taking the hints like that one night, even as I'm cleaning up the kitchen, putting away bottles, etc. I eventually started turning lights out and said, you can crash on the couch if you like, but I'm going to bed. I saw the light of epiphany in his face when he realized, and he finally said good night and left. Don't abandon your friend at a party where they hardly know anyone. Don't abandon your friends when out in public and they're intoxicated. Especially don't do that at wedding to a +1 you have with you who doesn't know anyone. Many years ago my GF and I flew across the country to her sister's wedding. I only knew her and her family. She basically ignored me the entire time and never introduced me to anyone. We broke up on the flight home. We'd been having issues before, but that was the deal breaker for me. My GF did this to me at a destination wedding where I knew literally no one but her. She knew I am an introvert with social anxiety, so yeah, that was definitely the beginning of the end. OD, I hate when going to a party and left alone by a friend or SO. And when confronted they say just talk to people and get to know them. Well, it just would be much less stressful if I was introduced and someone I know would be there too with me. After moving to a new state in winter, the middle of COVID, we eventually got invited to a block party in summer. I was walking around talking to everybody I could while my wife was watching the kids. Apparently one neighbor got annoyed that I left my wife to take care of the kids while I socialized. My wife told me she let the neighbor know that I WFH and don't know many people. It's okay. He needs this. Aw, that's so sweet. Don't play music out loud on your phone in public. I am convinced that everyone knows this rule and people violating it are doing it to be obnoxious. Honestly, as much as I'd like to think that. I think there's a lot of socially unaware people or selfish people who forget about the comforts of others. Absolutely. I had an in-law that was this weird toxic alpha male personality, and he would do stuff like this. It felt like he was doing it in a, oh ha ha ha, I know you guys don't like me doing this, but you're too much of a beta cuck to say anything about it, so I feel so much superior to you since I'm willing to push your buttons and you won't stand up to me. Holy moly. I went into a semi-fancy Italian place in Brooklyn and went to the bar as I was early for my reservation. I took a seat and there was an empty one beside me, and then a young lady I'd put her at early to mid-20s playing music over her phone. I chalked it up to maybe a TikTok video or something she was watching and ordered. But then that song ended and another one came on. Completely out of character for me, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am? You know we can all hear that, right?" She replied, "Yeah, and there are booths over there where you can sit." I said, "That's what headphones are for. None of us here want to listen to that, so either take it outside, put in your earphones, or turn it off." She mumbled something under her breath to me and turned it off. I still can't believe I had to say something. Someone at work was playing some music and I said sounds like a cat on a hot tin roof, and they were upset that I didn't like their music. Well, if you don't play your music loud in the workplace, I won't comment on it. Be situation aware while in public spaces. Where am I standing? What's around me? Am I in someone's way, or about to be? Looking at the person I am talking to, do they look invested, bored, busy, or annoyed? Looking at the people around me, am I having a private conversation in front of the world? Can I call back when I'm not in public instead of answering? Am I being too loud or disruptive for other people? Am I drunk or high, and that means I am not going to be a good judge of when to put a lid on it? You will save yourself from breaking many rules by making yourself think about where you are and if what you are doing is appropriate to your setting and audience. It's not as hard as you might think. YMMV reading facial expressions and body language, and will help you in private spaces too. This so much, I can't get over how oblivious some people are. I'm autistic. I literally can't help it sometimes. Queuing. People need to learn how to queue. If you're in a queue, don't stand so close to the stranger in front of you. You don't need to be touching them. If you see a queue, join the back of the queue. Don't randomly stand next to a stranger. Don't stand facing a different direction. Don't keep stepping out of the queue and expect to get your place back. Don't let friends join you in the queue. Don't queue jump. If you are the person serving the queue and someone jumps the queue, please don't serve them. Don't give in to that behavior. Just say, "I'm sorry, you'll have to join the queue." Okay, rant over. This is a huge one. People wouldn't line jump if they knew they wouldn't get away with it. But because so many people allow it, it keeps happening and has gotten worse over the years. Don't diss someone's taste if you have never seen or tried what they likes. Also, don't call food or drink crap. The fact that you like craft beer doesn't mean that Bud or Miller are crap. The fact that you like upscale restaurants doesn't mean that McDonald's is crap. The fact that you like artisan sourdough bread doesn't mean white sandwich bread is crap. It's not a safe assumption that others feel the same way about these things, and it's really insulting to call something that someone else likes crap. I know 2 of the things I mentioned are probably less healthy than the alternatives, but that still doesn't mean that they're crap. We're working on this one with my 8-year-old. Our rule is, if something is a food that someone would voluntarily choose to eat, you can't call it disgusting, or say ew if someone offers you some. You can say no thank you if you don't want to eat something, but not disgusting or ew. I don't think my kids know the word crap, but if they did, it wouldn't be allowed either. The only food that can be called disgusting is food that is spoiled. If you don't order food, then don't ask for a bite of mine. Similarly, if you are not hungry and not going to get anything and just going to hang out while you guys eat, you do not have choice or veto power over restaurants or what is ordered. 100%. This might be similar, but different. Don't tell me where I should go for my birthday, and don't make my birthday about you. 6 years ago, I told my friends I just wanted to go to a bar and play pool for my birthday. I specifically said I don't want to go dancing because we lived near FT Worth and I hated dancing. Where did we end up going before the night was over? Dancing. I've gotten better at saying no to people since then. Similar to this, if a group orders food and one person pays. Offer to pay back your share. Don't make the host beg people for payment after they put $150 of sushi on their credit card. And include the goddamn tip to your host as well if the food was delivered. It's not just on the host to pay for the tip. Pay for what you bought and include a reasonably % as tip. Sick of people nickel and diming me. Adults, with careers, shorting me by like $3 when they just owed $20. It's ridiculous. If you call someone in the phone, introduce yourself, state your name, why you are calling, etc. There's nothing more annoying than answering a phone call and listening. Who's that? Whom am I speaking to? Well, you're speaking to whoever you called to, Karen. And if you're on speaker, immediately let them know who else is listening. LOL, my wife answered the phone yesterday by saying, "You're on speaker phone and the kids are in the car." Not sure what she thought I was going to lead with. This is such a lost concept. I get rather curt with people who do that. I work in the medical field, calling patients to make appointments, and always say something to the effect of, "Hi, it's Omgitsgals and I'm calling from work, can I speak to so-and-so?" And this lady was so appreciative. I didn't realize it was that uncommon. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.